Do you get it, pal? A French lion, because you're a French bulldog and we want to move to France, and he's not impressed. Doesn't he? Doesn't he make a lovely French lion? Guys, welcome to part 2. So guys, if you don't know already, this is Bonnie, this is Loki the lion, and this is Ralph, and I am Jace. Welcome or welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for your support along this journey. We have set a huge goal of moving from the UK to France to buy a property outright in just under 2 years, and if you saw the budget from the last video, we have only got about just over £39,000 of the £300,000 put aside already. But I'm here to hold myself accountable with this YouTube series to taking action each and every single week, which is what we're about to discuss. So, action that I took this week. You might not think that volunteering is great action to making money, but I'm a huge believer in giving out energy to the world and karma. Doing good things come to you, comes around in circles. So I spent some time at my local rescue this week, which I do each and every single week, in helping the most difficult cases and difficult dogs, big dogs, burly dogs, ones that maybe have some behavioral issues, helping them in the hope it gives them the best opportunity to get a home. The reason I feel like this is important, not only for the dogs, but for me, is experience. When I get to France, I'm going to be given difficult dogs. I'm going to have to rehome difficult dogs with behavioral cases. And in order to keep it a kennel-less society, I need to be able to understand the psychology of those dogs and understand how it is I can serve them to integrate them into a pack and ultimately make sure that they live a beautifully happy life. So not only have I volunteered at a rescue, I've also sold some of my stuff inside of the house to create a little bit more money. I've gone through a few things. There's so much more stuff to list, which I'm doing. There's also some bigger needle moving tasks that I need to complete next week that's hopefully going to speed up and accelerate this process too. There are also some tasks that I completed this week that were not exactly helping the cause, but necessary in doing so. For example, this, rebuilding the rear brakes on my Mercedes estate car because they were making a horrific noise going down the road. But by doing simple tasks like this myself and working on the cars, which I have done for 18 years, I'm saving that money going to garages and mechanics and stuff. Here comes that uncomfortable conversation where I nearly fall off a chair when I jump down onto it, and then we put up a whiteboard and we talk about the facts. Money, because that's the only thing that really matters. I'm not able to buy a property in France on hopes and dreams, although I could on subscriptions and likes. If you push those buttons, obviously it supports it as far as the social media channel is concerned. But we're here to talk about this because each and every single week, this is going to hold me accountable to hopefully increasing that balance all the time, which I am pleased to say I have done this week. First subcategory inside of all the savings towards the £300,000 target that I have is fiat money. Class fiat money is anything that is cash or banked at this moment in time, and that is £2,165, which last week I believe it was only £1,930, which means I sold £235 worth of stuff out of the house because of all the clutter that I have. And there is more up for sale at this moment in time, so hopefully that will keep and continue growing from me getting less and less stuff, because as I said, it would probably cost me £300,000 to move all of my shit over to France at the same time. Now the second subcategory is Pokemon cards. Yes, Pokemon cards. There are value in those pieces of cardboard with lovely illustrations on, and I have some graded cards. I have some sets sat aside that I've collected over a few years now, and the value of those is about £2,000. The third subcategory, a very controversial one, is cryptocurrency. Yes, mainly my investments are in cryptocurrency. You might be thinking that's very risky, and it is. Risk rewards, I am a high risk investor, apparently, according to the questionnaires and surveys. And I know it's not for everybody. It's very much a Marmite industry. It's not for the faint-hearted either, because it goes up just as fast as it comes down. But on the lower end of the spectrum, I've got £24,000 worth of coins at this moment in time, and I'm going to be adding to those gently as I go along, but not drastically. And the final subcategory is the motorhome. Purchased a motorhome about 4 months ago, I believe, just over 4 months ago, done some renovations to it. And on the lower end of the spectrum, if we want to sell it quickly, within a day or two, we could get £12,000 for that motorhome. So that's where we're going to price it initially. So the grand total for this week is £40,165, which is £235 up from selling my stuff. It might not seem like a drastic increase, and if I was to continue saving at this rate, I might be able to afford a property in about 7 or 8 years' time in France. And unfortunately, inflation would have beaten me, so I wouldn't be able to afford the property. But that's not gonna happen. I really would love your advice if you guys have done something similar and have some pitfalls to avoid along the way, because this is completely brand new to me, as you can see, and I don't want to be making costly mistakes along the way. So guys, thank you very much for watching this uncomfortable part, and we are back to Loki on his back taking some chest rubs. Guys, once again, thank you so much for your support on this channel. That concludes part 2, which I know isn't the best news, but promise that balance is going to keep, thank you, going up each and every single week. Stay awesome. You okay? You got your kisses or not? He's going to turn you into a lion. You're not got any kisses for me because I turned you. Oh yeah. So I thought you was being. I thought you was being stubborn because I turned you into a lion momentarily. But I think you'd like being a French lion.